Don't worry. Don't you worry. I'm on my way. What's up, everybody? Welcome one and all to the stream for Tuesday morning. Oh yeah, there was a big old Marvel trailer last night, Thor Love and Thunder. We got our first look at Gorr the God Butcher. And people have thoughts. As usual, I hate what most people are saying. But we're going to break it down. We're going to talk about it as a community and see how we feel. And what crazy surprises could be hidden within the Thor Love and Thunder trailer. What's the deal? What's the how? What are we do? Words. I'm pulling into the tower. I'll see you in a second. Always a good day. Well, we got some juicy new Marvel stuff to talk about. What's up, ladies and gentle beings? Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the show. Pretty cool stuff going on. Of course, we're going to break down this trailer, talk all about it. I love the trailer, man. I thought it was great. I think Gorr looks great as well. But yeah, we'll get into all that. I think there's actually a lot of fun stuff going on in this trailer that we can discuss together. And I'm always interested, like, is there some stuff going on in here that you guys caught that I didn't catch? Is there some stuff we should be looking into, etc., etc.? So I'm excited to get into all of that. And just in general, man, it's such a fun, nerdy week. You know, Star Wars Celebration right around the corner. I think a lot of our coverage on Thursday, Friday, and then Saturday and Sunday is going to revolve around Star Wars and Star Wars announcements. So just sort of a TLDR for all of the streams for the rest of the week. We will not have a morning stream tomorrow, as we usually do not. But I'm actually not going to be doing a morning stream Friday either. That's a little peculiar, but that's because we're getting 2 episodes of Kenobi Thursday night. That's going to be a lot of watch party, you know? And we're also going to do like video breakdowns, I'm sure, of the videos. So Friday, I will not be able to stream. I'll still make the 1 p.m. Nerdvengers Prime stream, just to talk about kind of like business, just to update you guys on what's going on with the channel. But a lot of my Friday is going to sort of be dedicated to, hey, man, is there any other crazy announcements going on for Celebration? Now, my current plan, and I have to double check this, what time, and actually, chat, look, can we figure this out together? Can we figure this out together? Hey, T-Love, thanks for the love, man. What time is the Mandalorian Plus panel on Saturday? What time is that panel? What time is it? The hell? 69 o'clock? Okay, cool. Then I'll be able to make it. It's 11 to 12? Oh my goodness, really? Wow. I didn't know it was that early. I guess we'll be up early streaming around then. 10 p.m. Wait, what? You guys, what are you guys even talking about? What are you guys even talking about? 1 p.m. Central? What the hell's going on here? Why is it so difficult? Let's see here. Saturday, May 28th. Why does it not say the time? It's All right, whatever, motherfuckers. I'm done with you. I'm done with you guys. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot for helping me out with this. Freaking buttholes. Anyway. Hang on, I think I found it. Okay, so Friday's just got the publishing stuff. Friday might be a little chill. Friday might be chill. Because I know there's a big panel on Thursday, which I'll probably try to cover via a video. Okay, Mando Plus is 11 a.m. to 12 p.m., but that is, I believe, Pacific Standard Time. So that'd be 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So that's what I was trying to say. What I was trying to say the whole time. We run a gosh dang professional show over here. We'll probably be streaming, I would say, around 2 p.m. 2 p.m. on Saturdays when we'll go live. Also, they're doing a Nerdvengers meetup in Anaheim. So if you're over there and you're a Nerdvenger member going to Celebration, make sure you hit up Jedi Mike. They're doing a ton of fun stuff. And they're also going to be just hanging out for like a bunch of time that Saturday. So make sure you go over there and check that stuff out. It'll be awesome. And so I will likely do my stream probably at around 2, and hopefully they live stream that panel. Does anybody know if they're live streaming the panels this year? Because that's something they usually do. And then a behind-the-scenes Mandalorian and the Book of Boba Fett. That's pretty fun, too. So that's kind of my tentative plan is, like, we won't be... And, Andrew, thanks so much for being a Nerdvenger, bro. We won't... You are a Nerdvenger now. How dare I not knight you? So, yeah, I'll probably be streaming at around 2 p.m. on Saturday. And that stream will go for a couple hours because we'll try to watch what's going on. If we can't stream it, we'll at least talk about the different updates as they're coming in. And then we'll chill. So Saturday should be a pretty fun day for that and for streaming. And I think Thursday there'll be some fun announcements and stuff made. I'll probably drop a video. And Thursday's just going to be a super hyped up day in general because I think we'll get like a look at Star Wars future with, some of the movies and stuff like that. And then we'll, of course, be getting 2 episodes of Kenobi. Absolute insanity. Absolute insanity, man. So should be pretty fun. So we got a lot of Star Wars coming at us, man. I'm pretty excited for Kenobi. I'm sure many of you guys are excited for Kenobi. So it's going to be juicy. It's going to be real juicy. Okay. So let us now talk about... Hey, Coxie boy, welcome to the Nerdvengers. You are a Nerdvenger now. Feel the power flow. Okay, so let's talk about the Thor trailer, man. Let's start here. Give me your score. Give me your grade of the Thor trailer out of 10. How did it hit you? How are you feeling about the trailer? You let me know, chat. Out of 10, give me your score. Give me your score. Why don't you go ahead and give me your score? Oh, snap. That's a lot of high scores there. It's a lot of high scores. Holy shit. Okay. Yeah, that's pretty high, huh? Nice. I'm looking for, like, Trev, like, for the 3 out of 10. Where's the classic Trev, like, 3 out of 10? Like, I don't like anything score. Yeah, so I liked it, man. I liked it a lot. I thought it slapped. You know, we were of course really interested. Like, are we going to see Gorr or not? And you know, there were some concerns with Gorr. You know what I mean? And yeah, the hair's going crazy today. Okay, get off my case. Okay, it's real wild today. It's real wild. It's wild. So look, we had that toy leak. It was like a month or 2 ago, right? And when I saw that toy leak, it was like kind of not that chill. You know what I mean? I was like, damn, like that does not look good. But of course, I said it then, you know, we got to see what it looks like actually in the movie. And I was actually pretty interested in how, you know, just from what I was seeing, like even from that design, he looked very desaturated, just black and white. And a lot of the other aspects of the film looked like they popped a lot, like very colorful. And I was like, I wonder like how that juxtaposition will play. And what's really crazy is there's some shots in the trailer where Taika does this really like weird desaturated like black and white kind of filter over everything. And the colors are still there, but it looks really crazy. It really reminds me of like Sin City and like some of that stuff. And I feel like it's really, really fun. So I really like the trailer. I mean, I'd probably give it like an 8.5 out of 10. It didn't like blow me away, but it served all the purposes that I think it needed to serve. And I think the movie's going to be super fun. So let's get into the next part of this. And the next part is, how do we feel about Gorr? Do you like the look of Gorr the God Butcher? You let me know. And actually, let's go to Poll Town. Why can't I find the fucking trailer? Okay, there it is. Let's go to Poll Town, USA, man. Because this is contentious. There are people out there mad. There are people out there saying he looks like crap. Fernie says he's a Voldemort-looking ass. Oh, no. Do you like the look of MCU Gorr? It's poll time. It's poll time. Where are we at? You let me know. Speak. And let us know. Blinker time. Put your blinkers to the sky. Uh-oh. John Cross thinks Gorr's gonna die. Uh-oh. Well, we'll take a peek at all that. Kill the nose. Wow, I'm actually pretty surprised. 87% of you guys say yes. Wow. Wow. You know, maybe it's just because I thought the toy looked so bad. But, dude, I think Gorr looks great. Where's he at? Where's he at? Let's find him. Where you at? Where you at, you big ugly? Where you at, you big ugly? And I just thought, like, the way they teased him out and, like, not having him in the first trailer. And, dude, whatever this is, Kendall thinks this is Asgard. And I think it absolutely could be. I guess I'm curious about this. Like, what is that? Is that a ship or something? But regardless, the intro with the sword and everything, dude, I think it's pretty sick. And this being the first shot that you see him in there. You know what I mean? Like, that is wild, bro. The first shot you see of Gorr, I think is truly terrifying. I think, and look, there's actually very different looks throughout the trailer, right? But, like, this was the decision. They were like, well, first time they're going to see him, how do we want him to look? What if we made him look absolutely terrifying? What if this gave you nightmares? Made you poop your pants, pee a little bit, you know? Clutch up the butthole. That's the decision that was made, and I think he looks truly terrifying there. And then they go into this shot here. It's really interesting. Now, I do kind of wish the robes were black. I think that would be even cooler. But perhaps the idea is with the sort of white and in his robes and also all over his face to sort of be able to show the corruption. And you can see, like, it's dripping on him, like whatever's going on. It's like really weird and gross. And then whatever this is, right? Because he's coming into... It's very interesting because these are those tendrils. It looks very alien. It doesn't quite look symbiote-like to me, and I assume they're probably changing that after Morbius because Morbius ruined everything. But yeah, I think it looks good here. He's got the scars, you know, a lot of blackness in the mouth and around the eyes and things of that nature. I frankly think he looks really awesome. You know what I mean? So I think he looks great. And I'm super intrigued by what the overall, you know, kind of look and vibe of the character is going to end up being. Now, this is him I assume, on his planet or whatever, making his vow. Now, in the comics, look, this is one of these things I've been kind of misremembering and getting it wrong. So what happens with Gorr in the comics is that he's essentially like just on this planet that sucks. Like he's basically starving every day. It's like horrible, right? So like he's on this planet that absolutely sucks, and his mom, I believe, is like, no, the gods will protect us. The gods, we got to pray to the gods. It's because we're not praying to the gods, etc., etc. And then his mom dies, his wife dies, his kid dies, and he's like, yo, I don't think these gods are even real, man. What gods, bro? Gods? What are you talking about? Gods, you know? And so then, like, he sees literally two gods fighting at one point, and one of them happens to be Null. And the one god is, like, being defeated and asks for Gorr's help, and it, like, disgusts him. And then he gets the all-black Necro Sword, and it corrupts him, and then using that power, that's how he goes around and destroys all these gods. Now, I'm not really sure, like, how or like the MCU version of that, because first of all, the planet behind him does not look destitute and horrible in the same way that his planet did in the comics. Like in the comics, he was basically on Tatooine, and he was basically like, I don't like sand, and I also don't like gods. You know what I mean? So yeah, wild. So I assume they'll do something different. I also don't think the sword is going to be a Necro Sword. And if it is a Necro Sword, I don't think it's going to be the same Necro Sword that Hela had. I mean, the Necro Sword that Hela had looks different. And we've also seen another person other than Hela wield that Necro Sword in the What If show. Right? And it looked the same as it did with Hela. And so we can assume that if Gorr was using that same Necro Sword that Hela was using, he would look a lot more like Hela. You know what I mean? So I think that Gorr looks really cool. And I know he looks different, obviously, than the comic book counterpart. But I will just tell you that he does evoke visually a lot of the same vibes and feelings to me. And this, especially right here, does he not look like, especially in that shot in particular, doesn't it look like his nose is kind of missing? And that it's just like more extra creepy vibes and whatnot that's going on in here. I'm not saying that they will do this, but I think it's actually possible that the more corrupted he becomes in the film, the more he'll look like the comic book accurate Gorr. Because to me, right there, I do kind of see the nose missing. You know what I mean? And I think he looks pretty freaking terrifying. You know? So, I don't know, man. To me, I think Gorr looks pretty cool. You know what I mean? And there are all sorts of theories about, you know, the sword and how that could come into play and all that. You know what I mean? But I tell you what, let's go through the trailer now. Let's break down all the cool things. We'll bring up some things that people are chatting about on the interwebs. And just in general, see, I would love to see, too, if there's anything else going on that we miss in the trailer. You know, you let me know, chat, and we'll just kind of take it from there, okay? So, obviously, this is that, that's that tree that he's, like, meditating at. We've seen this before in the other trailer. And Korg is telling all of these kids the story. You know, I saw some people online being like, how would these kids even know what popcorn is? How does Korg know? I mean, I guess he lives on Earth now, but still. So, yeah, telling the story. This also seems to be those same people with a lot of the same trees and things of that, you know? And the Guardians are there in this shot, but when we see Thor in the other stuff, he's looking more like Thor. So I wonder if something's going to happen here. The Guardians are just going to bail, and he is going to, like, identify with this tribe of folk or whatever and just want to sit there and help these people or something like that, right? So who knows for sure? This him, like, the Ravager gear. I just think that the visuals in this movie, just from the trailer, look so damn awesome. Like, I'm really into it. You also have here the Ravager gear. He looks like he bedazzled his Ravager gear or something like that. So this probably from pretty early on in the movie, perhaps even before they land on that planet. You know what I mean? Here's New Asgard, and look, touristy AF. People love coming in to New Asgard to see the Asgardian stuff. You know what I mean? So definitely golf courses, like all kinds of stuff, you know? Very big tourist attraction. This is kind of wild. I wonder if this is the same planet or not, but this is, I believe, him going from, Ravager gear into more actual Asgardian garb, and that looks pretty sick. That looks pretty sick to me. You got the goats there, so it's definitely at a point in the movie where they're all traveling together. I love Korg. I mean, look, dude, Korg to me, fan favorite character, bro. Like, I really like Korg. He's hilarious. Always loved him. And I love him explaining he goes from dad bod back to god bod, which is something we always we wanted and we thought would happen. But to actually get, like, I think might actually get like an 80s style montage, which will, be like sort of harken back to the Rocky movies, like the training montages in the Rocky movies, like goated, bro. You know what I mean? So awesome that we're gonna see him doing that. It's funny because there's that one photo of like him and his son, right, from the shooting when he was getting all jacked, and I was like thinking to myself, like, bro, like it looks like he kind of skips leg day. You know what I mean? Like, no offense, like he looks great, but his legs look super skinny in that one photo. But like here, you see some bulging, and of course when he's naked, actually it looks like he's doing pretty good with the legs. So I don't know, maybe they CGI enhanced his legs. What do you think, Chris? Did they CGI enhance their legs? This is interesting because this is him in that garb we just saw him change to from his Ravager gear, and he appears to be fighting somewhere somehow, And I love this, dude. I think it's so Taika. It's like such a Taika version of like everything that was going on in the comic book, right? For Mjolnir to come this close to him and for him to reach out and be so excited and happy to have Mjolnir again, I think it's super fun. And then, of course, no, not for you, my guy. And I think also like Korg's overlay of this is such a fun way to have this concept become developed. This also looks to be Earth, by the way, modern cars and whatnot. So maybe like those, what are they called? Like the black beasts, those crazy monsters that Gorr sends after Thor. Like that shit's awesome. So yeah, this is likely back on Earth. And yeah, Jane Foster, Thor, doing her thing. And look, you guys let me know how you feel about this, because I know some people were like, this looks like stupid. I love this helmet, bro. I'd rock this helmet. In fact, I'm going to get this helmet. I'm going to rock it on every stream for the rest of the time. I think this helmet is fucking awesome. And so I love it, bro. Like, this evokes, like, Walter Simonson Thor to me and just, like, old school vibes. I know this suit or this design has been, a lot of artists have gone back to this or whatever, but I like it, man. Oh, see, everybody's hating the helmet, man. Y'all don't know. Y'all don't know. Shit. Let's keep going. And I think it's super fun. Like, Jane, and they're going to have this moment. That's kind of fun because in the and like, dude, look at how good he looks. I love this armor, man. This armor's awesome. I also think there's some trickery going on here, though, if I'm being honest, because I kind of feel like this helmet and this whole thing will likely be something that he gets later on in the movie. And so perhaps one of the reasons that this looks a little off is because that's not actually going to be on his face in the movie, at least not in this scene. Right? Because I think that that'll be something he gets, again, much later on. Marvel likes to do that. They like to trick us. Remember when they had Spider-Man come out in his regular costume for the trailer for Far From Home, where he's going like this or whatever, and then in the movie, it's the Iron Spider suit? They like to do stuff like that, right? So, kind of interesting. These tendrils. What's going on with these tendrils, man? What's going on with these tendrils and these monsters? What is the deal with that? I mean, they could be symbiote-like or whatever. And you know what? Let's just stop for a second. Because technically now, after No Way Home, with the Venom symbiote being dropped into the MCU or whatever, and there's a lot of teasing up from the Venom thing where, like, Venom himself is telling Eddie, like, I have all of this knowledge from across the multiverse and stuff like that. Let's go to Poll Town, because I'd like to know, do you believe in life after love? What the... God, I don't even know the name of the fucking lyrics. Do you believe the symbiote will be in Thor 4? Are the Clintar going to be in Thor 4? Yes or no? You let me know. In Life After Love? Oh, yeah, that. That's the way it is. That's the way you say it. Do you believe in blah, 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 blah? Did you not just mess up Cher? Cancel. Oh, sorry, Moss Moss. Are you a Cher gal? Are you a fan of Cher? I like to share, but only after I've had my own fill. Where's Mike Porter at? That feels like a Mike Porter joke. Gorr looking like Cher? Yeah, a little bit. A little bit. Wow, look at that. 60% of you guys say no, they will not have the symbiote in there. I kind of agree. Let's keep going. Okay, this is actually, and look, we don't know for sure, but this is probably a super telling part of the film. Kind of crazy they put this in here, actually. How many of you guys know what I'm talking about or why this is big spoilers? How many people know why this is probably spoilerage? So, this appears to be Jane riding a Valkyrie. And also, unless I'm mistaken, we see the helmet here, okay? And we see a helmet here. And don't you see that this is, don't you say that this is a building? And I think we're actually going to see these statues and this same architecture later on. The old ex-girlfriend. Here. Now, they cut around a good bit, right? But, what this is likely indicating is something that happened in the comics. And so, you know, a lot of people think that maybe Thor will die in this film. I actually don't think so. I think actually Jane will die. And that's because she dies in the comic books. Like, the way it works is that when she is using Mjolnir, it makes her like immortal, but it also makes the cancer that's inside her immortal as well, and the cancer just spreads and grows, and it can't go any further, okay? So what happens in the comic books is she keeps using the hammer, and then there's this one point where she stops using it, and then like shit gets crazy, and she uses it again, right? When she does that, she dies. But Thor is able to like bring her back from Valhalla, and she returns to Marvel Comics actually being Valkyrie. And so seeing Jane like this, flying just like the Valkyries did with that background, like that's probably from Valhalla, right? That light. We see the same thing when in the first, or rather in Ragnarok, when you see like Valkyrie and all that kind of stuff. And so it seems like what they'll probably do here is follow that storyline, have Jane die at one point, but then come back as Valkyrie. And I believe Taika just said, or maybe, I'll have to double check this. It was somebody involved with the production that said a lot of people see this as a passing of the baton to Thor, and I don't see it that way. That's what that person said. We'll go double check who that is and who said that, okay? But here's the deal. I just did this video on Sunday, right, talking about, you know, some of the complaints about Marvel and Phase 4. And in that video, I talk about all new, all different Marvel. And I think one of the mistakes that All New, All Different Marvel made was they sort of like pushed down the legacy characters and then used that to elevate the new characters. And Jane Foster Thor, even though I think that run is pretty fun, there are a lot of moments of like kind of shitting on Thor, shitting on Odin to kind of like elevate Frigga or to elevate Jane Foster Thor. And I think that if they were really just going to replace Chris with Jane Foster Thor, that would be a big L. Like, I think that would be a mistake. And it would sort of feed into that narrative. I think it would trigger a lot of people. And so I think Marvel smartly will avoid a lot of the mistakes that they made with the character in the comics and will instead have Thor still be Thor. Do you know what I mean? And have Jane likely become Valkyrie. You know what I mean? Or maybe like also Thor, right? Something like that. So that's kind of what I think is going on in this shot. And it's a little shot, but there's a lot going on in this shot. This is one of the faces of the Living Tribunal right there, right? So kind of wild. Kind of wild that they show that. I also really like, and by the way, you got Uatu back here. You've got the Living Tribunal, which is really wild to me because this stone face of the Living Tribunal, could this be the exact stone face that you see in Limbo in Loki season 1? Because that's not the actual head of the Living Tribunal in on Limbo in Loki. Like it can't be, right? It's like it looks like it's a statue. So is it from this place? And what is this place exactly? Some kind of in between, you know, some place where you can come out of Valhalla or something like that. I'm not 100% sure. You know what I mean? Either way, it's pretty wild.
What's your family? 3, 4 years?
8 years, 7 months, and 6 days.
Okay, so a lot of people are talking about this, and what this likely indicates is that Jane was blipped. You know what I mean? That she was blipped away because she thinks it's 3 or 4 years. He's saying it's, what does he say? 8 years. 7 months, right? So it kind of indicates that she was blipped away. That's kind of interesting. We'll see if that has any other implications in the story. This appears to be Olympus or something like Olympus, right? And there's a lot of interesting stuff going on here. You know what else I think is really funny is that Taika's like sort of played it coy and like said all this stuff about, you know, whether or not it'll be Thor and Jane. There will be the love story in it. Like, I'll be honest with you guys. I'm getting the vibe just from this trailer that he's kind of fucking with us and that it is absolutely going to have the relationship of Jane and Thor at its core. And that he's playing games to like get us like to be thrown off of the scent. And it would actually be a super Taika thing to do the thing that you sort of expect, but because it's Taika, it's unexpected. Like we all expect something different. We expect something weird. We expect something freaky, you know what I mean? Like wild like that. I think it would be a total Taika move to just be like, no, I'm just going to do the love story. You know what I mean? And just kind of do it. So, I mean, look, either way, I'm kind of down. But there's an obvious tension in the trailer between them, which I think is pretty fun, right? I mean, come on. Like, they're playing it up there, you know? And again, so here we go. We get the intro of Gorr. What exactly is going on here? I mean, the visuals are fantastic, but I sure as hell would like an explanation. You know what I mean? What is going on with that sword? What is this? Is this a ship? Is this like a building or something? Is this a chunk of Asgard? You know? And is the sword perhaps a different Necro sword?
Only ones who gods care about.
Because that's a different place.
Themselves.
And what the hell is this? You know, what's going on with all this?
So this is my vow.
This is straight out of the comics, of course. In the other trailer as well.
All gods will die.
Pretty wild. Using the Stormbreaker to do the Rainbow Bridge as they're driving around. Now, a lot of people are saying this, and I don't know what this is, but a lot of people are saying this evokes a lot of the same feelings of the end of Loki and He Who Remains and like time stream kind of stuff there. I'm not 100% sure about that, but I wouldn't be surprised if some of that stuff is explored in this film. This is pretty wild. So Jane using the pieces of the Mjolnir to like kind of shotgun blast all of those people, I think is pretty freaking fantastic. Really curious as to like what's the deal with the gods in Olympus or whatever. Like, what is that? What's going on with that? Why are they not involved? Are they hiding or whatever? And then we'll see later on that the lightning bolt of Zeus is being wielded by Valkyrie. So what's the deal with that? And also, again, what the hell's going on with Gorr, man? You know, and it's, this shot and this whole situation, this is so crazy, dude. He slams the sword into the moon here. And then it looks like the moon is like getting rocked. But I'll be honest with you guys, I think this is misdirection as well. I think this is misdirection. Is he stabbing a sword into a moon type thing here? Yeah. Oh my god. So this, but then you get some lightning bolt stuff. Well, I don't think Gorr's got lightning bolt powers. We don't see him utilize that anywhere else. So I think you're actually seeing a little misdirection there. You know what I mean? That's no moon. Yeah, something else is going on here, you know, but we'll wait and see. We'll wait and see what it is.
You never forget your first.
You never forget your first. Aw, you know, look at the love. Look at the love. Friggin' Zeus. Okay, so this is part of what I was talking about before. Very Sin City vibe here. Like, just crushing the blacks and elevating the whites and sort of desadding the whole thing. But then the vibrant blue, you know what I mean? Like, I gotta be honest with you, this shit looks fire. I'd almost love to see a whole movie done in this kind of a style. You know what I mean? Like, this is very cool to me. So, he's blasting them. And this seems to be in the same sequence, you know? On a moon or something where they're all fighting here. And Valkyrie, again, you can see it in a second here. She's using the lightning bolt of Zeus. So what's the deal with that? You know what I mean? How does that work? And Gorr saying that's right out of the comics. You're not like the other gods that I've fought before, right? Kind of interesting. And I don't know what is the deal with Gorr here? You know what I mean? Who is he talking to within all of these tendrils? What is the deal here? A couple shots of the Guardians. Nebula looking good. By the way, I really hope Nebula at some point gets her blonde hair. Karen Gillan is beautiful. And Nebula's cool, but I want hot Nebula. You know what I mean? I want hot Nebula. I want the blonde hair. And I mean, look at this. Do you not think there's going to be a little something going on here? You know what I mean? A little something going on here. It seems like this is, again, desadded. Something weird going on here. And I love this look, dude. So Sin City. And look at this. He just, like, points at him. That's hilarious. And he's like, come here, like the little Matrix stuff. Okay, so let's talk about this. Again, what is actually going on here? Some people have said this is Death, maybe Mistress Death, okay? This is Uatu. This is the Living Tribunal. I'm not sure if there's anything over here. If this is somebody, it could be even Cthulhu or what is it, Cthulhu? Cthulhu? Cthon? Cthulhu Woony Boony? But you know what else is kind of interesting back here? This figure, I'm going to go out on a limb here and say that is Angela. Angela. And I do think Angela and Sarah are coming to the MCU. So I don't know. Perhaps exploration of the 10th realm. Right now we're hearing a lot of the 9 realms and all that. But, of course, if you know anything about like what's going on with Angela and whatnot, there is a 10th realm that eventually gets introduced and explored. Much more like Judeo-Christian angel realm and stuff like that, right? Kind of interesting. So, yeah, pretty wild. Pretty wild stuff. I'm not sure what this place is. The entrance to Valhalla, perhaps? The outward temple, the place of hell? I don't 100% know. And then you get some of your beefcake scene here, you know, with the comedy and all that.
I take off your disguise.
I take off your disguise. And flick. And he flicks him off. And I mean, like, dude, look, this dude is fucking jacked. Out of control. Literally out of control. Ridiculous physique. And then look at this, man. Marvel CGI again. Marvel's CGI has really fallen off. They can't even have an actual butt. Like, this is the level that we've got of Marvel CGI these days, you know? It's just like the Namor picture. It's blurry. Why is he blurry? You know what I mean? Crazy. Come on, Feige. And then, of course, many people have pointed out he's got R.I.P. Loki and the Loki helmet tattooed on his back. Definitely be missing his brother. You know what I mean? So, yeah, pretty wild, you know, pretty crazy. And yeah, Thor, butt-ass naked, hanging dong in front of Zeus. Who would have thought? Not me. Look at us. Oh. Let's see here. Dude, I love Korg's reaction. So funny, dude. And then you flick too hard, damn it. And everybody's fainting. Everybody's fainting because he's so buff.
Shall we help him? Eventually. Great.
And then this is obviously from earlier on in the film, in his Ravager gear, taking somebody out, taking some battling thing out, you know? Pretty crazy. So, again, I think a super fun trailer. Look, the Marvel formula is a formula, but it absolutely works. I think Taika plays beautifully within this sandbox. I'm very excited to see this. I'm glad that it seems like certain things are being avoided from the comics. I'm super interested in how this will all play out in the film. I think Gorr specifically is not only an interesting villain, but maybe if it's not Null, Feige has something else in mind. Maybe there's something else that will tie to Gorr, and perhaps that Necrosword will tie into other things that are going on in the MCU that are also really important. So I'm down, dude. I think this trailer's fire. I think this movie's gonna be awesome. I'm very satisfied with the look of Gorr. I think he looks terrifying, and Christian Bale's gonna bring it as he always does. And I actually really like the idea of this sort of rekindled romance kind of thing. And I'm down. You know what I mean? Sometimes you subvert expectations. Sometimes you go with it. And we'll see what they do, man. We shall see what they do. So, is there anything else in the trailer that I missed? Or is there anything else you guys want to talk about? Let me know in the chat. What do you think? Y'all getting very sexy in here. Let's go. Indeed. I want Null. King in Black. A great story. King in Black is a great story. Yeah. The music arrangement? I mean, it sounds awesome. The music arrangement sounds good. I like the music. Hope we get a nice 80s song for the Dilly Dally. Will Loki be in the movie? I don't know. I don't think so. Perhaps maybe in a post-credit scene. I think this would be a very interesting way to do a post-credit scene, you know? Does this trailer mean good things for Taika's Star Wars? I don't know. I don't know that it really impacts it much. I mean, look, Taika's a great filmmaker. You know what I mean? Like, I like his sensibilities, and of course he has his very, like, quirky style. And his like sense of humor and all that. I do feel like he's a kind of person that you need to, you need to kind of keep on rails, so to speak. And from what I understand, like this movie had a lot of reshooting and stuff because they were so exploratory with how they shot it. A lot of ad-libbing, a lot of like crazy stuff like that. And then they tighten it up, you know. But that's the same thing they did in Ragnarok. Like Ragnarok, from what I understand, they did so much ad-libbing and so many crazy things on set that then basically like Kevin comes in and is basically like, okay, let's tighten this up. Like, let's figure this out as a narrative here. And I assume that they did that a lot with this one as well. So Jane kills Zeus, and that's where Thor gets the brighter colored armor. My first bad guy. Could be. That would be wild. I would need there to be a reason for them to kill Zeus. What do I think about Valkyrie wielding Zeus' lightning bolt? I think it's cool. I just need like more of an explanation. You know what I mean? I don't really know or understand why or how that's a thing. You know what I mean? But I would sure like to know. What are some theories that people have about the Necro sword? You know, I've seen people say that they think it's maybe the ebony blade, but why and how would the ebony blade grant such power and be so cosmic? Like, I don't remember the ebony blade being like that. You know what I mean? So, I don't know. Is there anything else people have been bringing up? Anything else I'm missing out there on the interwebs? Let's take a peek, see if there's anything else going on. What do we think of Zeus's look, too? Because I actually think he looks fun. You know what I mean? I think he looks fun, bro. I like the look of Zeus. There's a lot of good memes out there using American Psycho with the Gorr face. Those are pretty fun. A lot of fun. A lot of fun memes. I think the posters look sick, too. I think the posters look sick. I'm just kind of like scrolling through to see if there's anything else that's like out there that people are talking about. And then we'll get into Q&A. Yeah. I think we'll just get into Q&A. Yeah, generally speaking, dude, I really like the trailer. I'm very excited for the film. And I think they have a chance with, like, you know, a lot of what I talked about in the video on Sunday. There is a chance for them to dispel a lot of that with this movie. Obviously, they want to elevate Jane Foster Thor. Nothing wrong with that. You know what I mean? There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. I guess what I'm looking for is, will they be more tasteful, tactful, and just do better than what they did in All New, All Different Marvel? That's the real test for me. You know what I mean? Like, I don't get like as bothered by it as some of you guys do. And frankly, I think some of you guys are so just over the line with the criticisms and the sort of just your takes that, like, you'll probably not like it no matter what, you know? But frankly, like, you're lost, you know? Like, and I don't think Marvel should cater to you, like, at all. But for a lot of people that are, like, kind of reasonable and that are just trying to, like, see, like, how is this actually going to be, I do think there's a way for them to be better balanced with how they do this stuff. And if they are better balanced with it, I will applaud that and give them a lot of props for it. So I am excited. I think it's going to be dope. You know? So. Over the line. Am I the only one that gives a shit about the rules? Okay. Let's get into these soupy super chats. Let's see what's going on with the super chats. Let's chat it up. Super style. So I'll go over all these. We'll hang out and chat for a little bit as well. And I'm hungry. You know? I'm like real, I don't know. Like, I'm like real hungry, dude. Like, y'all ever been hungry before? Because I am. Right now. Right here, right now, I'm fucking hungry. Is that a Cher song as well? Okay, let's get into this. Let's go. Let's see what y'all be saying. Jacked Natalie Portman can take over the MCU and you won't hear one complaint from me, says Hugh, with the horrifying image that we had a lot of fun on Nerd Theory last night, as we always do. But damn, those were some horrifying images of me with the Snapchat filters. But Hugh, always bringing in that good energy. Yeah, man. Look, you know, I just sort of, I made the video Sunday to kind of just, anytime this shit comes up and like the MCU stuff, like if you're seriously interested in like a nuanced take, just go watch that video. But yeah, appreciate the love, man. T-Love. a.k.a. the Silver Lurker, very generous $20 holler, says, seeing how Thor is my favorite MCU hero, I'm more hyped for this movie than I was for MOM. I expect to enjoy it as much as No Way Home. Yeah, I certainly think this will probably be a more universally praised and loved Marvel movie than MOM. Like, Multiverse of Madness is a tough one for me because it's literally my second favorite Marvel movie. I love that movie, dude. I fucking love that movie. But I have to acknowledge, not everybody does, I have to acknowledge that it's kind of divided on the film. You know, it's a hit, I think, and I think it's setting up, you know, Secret Wars and all that sort of stuff. By the way, a couple of crazy vids coming out. I am working on my part 2 to the Road to Secret Wars video. I think you will love it. I've got a video coming out later today about Wakanda Forever leaks. We're going to talk a little Namor, talk a little Doctor Doom, talk about T'Challa, talk about some wild shit in that video. So check that out if you're into it. There's also a brand new list of leaks that just came out. And I don't know, I'm considering doing a video on that as well. But regardless, tons of fun stuff coming your way soon, okay? The nerdy one with a $2 holler says, just met Ewan McGregor in New York City. That's sick, dude. Did you say hello there, or did you hit him with the high ground? Which one did you choose? Andrew, welcome to the Nerd Vengers, and thanks for the 10 spot, brother. I'll try to peek into the chat and see if you actually had a chat, because you didn't put a chat with your 10. But either way, I appreciate it. Coxie Boy, thanks and welcome. Old Head Mike says, someone just said Gorr looks like a cancer patient, and I just can't. Maybe he comes into the story where he meets Jane Foster at chemo. Ayo. Sure. Maybe, dude. John Cross says, watch parties for Stranger Things 4 as well, or nah, I can't do that. I mean, I'm going to try to watch it this weekend, or at least a lot of it this weekend. But no, I can't do that. That's a huge commitment. And with all the Star Wars stuff that's coming, man, can't do it. Can't do it. Got a lot of stuff to... I mean, dude, we got 2 episodes of Kenobi Thursday. RF Gaming Channel says, Bale as Gorr is terrifying, and he did so little. Can't wait. Thanks for all you do, Josh. Weeks like this are awesome. Take my member chat. Indeed, and thank you, brother. I appreciate that. MCU Drew says, release the butt cut. Yeah, you think we're getting full-on cheeks in the movie? Are we getting full-on cheeks in the movie? Chat, let me know, yes or no. Are we getting full-on Thor butt cheeks in the movie? Yes or no? What do you think? Cheeks? To cheek or not cheek? Should we go to Pole Town about the cheeks? Yeah, I think we're getting some cheeks. Ross says, Thor, Kenobi, Stranger Things. This week is Nerdvana. Rewatched member stream yesterday. Nice hip-hop talk. My profile pic is from single I just dropped, 1999, wearing Anakin/Vader. Dude, nice, bro. Okay, can you send that to me, man? I would like to check that out. John Cross says, do you think his Gorr death is at 140? He's bleeding and looks defeated. I think there's something going on there. I don't know if it's his death. I think there's like another entity or something here. Like, because that place that he's like going through with all the tendrils and stuff is so weird, but he looks like he's communicating with something, right? So we'll have to see. Tracer2254 says, the Living Tribunal is in it. It's true. And he looks good. Sozen's comment says, Bale looks super good, especially that one shot in all black and white, but the sword is supposed to be this powerful cosmic item, but it just looks like a medieval human sword. I know, and there's something, I think there's something there. I think there's something to that story, and I am hopeful that there's some kind of an explanation for it, because you're absolutely right. Like, the Necro Sword looks sick in the comics, and they just chose to go a different direction. But we'll just have to see why. Leonard says, I think with the desaturation, the white robe looks better. The black robe may not pop in those scenes with the desaturation. That's true. Could be a stylistic choice. Either way, I think he looks way better than what I was expecting. Red Bandit Films, welcome back to the Nerd Ventures. Vora says, hey, Josh, on a scale from 1 to 10, how much do you think Theory wants to see you shave your dome? Big love from the UK. It seems to be a 9, at least. You know? He seems to circle back to that quite a bit, you know? What do you think, chat? I think he's at probably at like a 9. You know? 9 out of 10. MTS 1993, Omni-Man versus Homelander versus Superman. Who wins? It's Superman. It's Superman, 100%. But, you know, the Omni-Man Homelander fight would be pretty wild. So I don't know. But come on, man. Superman. Why does Dark Knight look like Voldemort? Oh, Steve, you must have wandered into the tower. You know, perhaps you just after a really late night of binging or whatever, and you're just kind of in the hotel or the lobby of Nerd Vengers Tower. It's all good. We're gonna take care of you. Susan, can you get him the fuck out of here. Just get him. Cool. Overanalyzing Clone Wars, member for 8 months, says, it's crazy that I was way more hyped for Doctor Strange, and yet this looks way better. Yeah, I think this movie's going to be fantastic. And between MOM, this movie, and Wakanda Forever, bro, you've got some bangers coming. You've got some bangers coming. And I think it's worth reminding everybody that I believe you're going to get even more fire stuff next year and coming, right? And I believe we're finally on the back end of all the pandy stuff. All of the movies that we'll release this year were touched in some way by the pandy. Pause. And we're going to get past that. But it's also worth noting that these were the big anchor movies that Feige was really talking about in 2019. Like, Phase 4 had, you know, a bunch of new characters, Eternals, Shang-Chi, and all that. But this is the anchor. These movies are going to be the anchor, and so I'm excited. Sozin said, are the gods in every universe or just the 616? Because if they're in every universe, Gorr has some work to do. That's true. I think they're in every universe, brother. That's my take. Moosty says, I hate when people obsess with celebrities. And you're deaf not one, by the way. But I never wanted to meet someone more than you. You mad ill, G. Wishing you the best, fam. Hey, I appreciate that, brother. I too, think celebrity worship is no bueno. But I'm just some dude, so you don't got to worry about it. I'm the furthest thing from a celebrity. I'm just a sweaty nerd. But much love, Moosty. Hyder says, did you cover the Valkyrie Carol leak? Your thoughts? They haven't met yet, so will Captain Marvel be in Thor 4? Keep up the good coverage. I sort of, and I got to stop doing this, but I did sort of tease that out last night on Nerd Theory. I have heard this leak. I do think it's real, and I do think Carol will pop up in Thor. But it's just a rumor for now. Angel Stark says, Tony clap android cheeks while marooned in space. Nah, probably not. He's just like being all sobby and like crying about Pepper the whole time like a baby back bitch. So probably not. But appreciate you, Angel Stark. Much love. Nick D in a Seinfeld voice. What is the deal with Gorr? I can't do the take my money, though, but I appreciate you, Nick D. That's very generous, brother. 25, that's a lot of money, man. That's like a whole meal these days, you know? Much love. Max Ross says, they made Namor blurry and don't even have the balls to render Thor's balls? Marvel's falling off, bro. That's true. That's true. Yeah, let's shut it down. Now I'm just depressed. Let's just shut it down. They don't have the balls to show Thor's ball and his actual hammer. I'm done with this, Feige. You know, this double standard sexism. You know what I mean? Like this crazy. Shut it down. I'm shutting this down unless I see Thor full on hanging dong, Feige. Do you hear me? Okay, RF Gaming says they fainted because of Thor's schlong. How timely. How timely is that? Well done. Joey Ebb says, Jane kills Zeus, and that's where Thor gets the brighter colored armor, my first bad guy. I don't know that will be the case, but that would be pretty wild. I'm just going to tell you this. If Zeus is getting killed in this, I'm going to need an explanation, bro. If Zeus is getting killed, I'm going to need an explanation. That's all I'm saying. Just felt like riding. says, are they really changing Namor to pander to the Latin audience? Because I personally find that icky. Namor is going to be dead on arrival thanks to exaggerated diversity. Also, much love to my Nerd Ventures fam and Papa Josh. So I think that, honestly, bro, like, we just feel very differently about this. I really don't care, and I don't see how making him Mexican is it done probably for diversity's sake? Sure. I don't know that I would call it pandering, though. Do you know what I mean? I actually think this is an example of finding a spot within your story and the structure of the world to put something like that in a way that fits the vibe of the character and feels good. He's also going to be a super alpha male toxic character. You know what I mean? And look, I understand that people feel differently about this sort of stuff. I always try to, like, give a fair shake and give my opinion. But, like, you and I are on different planets when it comes to this. I think Namor being Mexican is fucking dope. And there's a lot of reasons why I think it's going to work in the film and be awesome. But if you are the kind of person that cannot enjoy a thing or doesn't want to enjoy a thing because of a perceived political leaning involved in a part of the decision-making process, that is absolutely your right, but I think you're doing yourself a big disservice. Crazed Panda says, I'm hoping for Beta Ray Bill in this movie. Yeah, I think that would be dope, bro. I think that would be dope. I like the Beta Ray Bill. Latham says, super hyped for everything coming, especially Kenobi. Is there any chance by the end of Kenobi the Star Wars fandom is less divided? 0% chance, brother. Lucas says, will Gorr's scars be in the same as Killmonger's scars? Each scar represents a killed god? No, I don't think so. I think he's just taking battle damage, but that would be pretty sick. Can you imagine? That would be wild. Joey Ebb says, will Thor and Jane level up their lightning power from Zeus's bolt? I mean, that is definitely an idea, and that would be pretty fun. I hope that it's not just like glossed over, and that there's like, I want to know more about the gods. Like, I need maybe some context. I need some info drops. I need some exposition. I need some explanation here. You know what I mean? So I'm hoping we get a lot of that stuff kind of figured out. So we'll see. Brandon Hooven says, which other gods do you think we will see dead in this movie? Also, definitely Eon statue in the hall. Wow, really? Wow. Eon, huh? Oh my gosh, you could be right. Wow. I wonder if that will be explored at all. Dude, that's pretty wild. Good catch, man. Good catch. What other gods? I don't know. I'd love to see Ares, but I don't want him to die. You know what I mean? So I don't really know. I don't really have a great answer there. Seeing the true power of Stormbreaker is dope AF, says Nick. And hey, man, I'm glad you're doing well and you're handling everything well. I appreciate the support, man. Never Lose Your Nerd says, new trailer was good, not amazing, looks too jokey. Yeah, I mean, that certainly is a part of the Marvel formula. And yeah, like, sometimes I feel like it fits, sometimes I don't. Like, for instance, I actually really don't like Guardians Volume 2. And it's a big part of the reason why I don't is because it feels like it's shotgun joke after shotgun joke, right? But in the context of this film, like with a character like Korg and Thor, like, I think comedic. So this is one of those things, right? Where the perception of this could be, oh, they made Thor jokey and goofy because they want to shit on men. You know what I mean? Like, that's a line of thinking one could have. And I actually think the truth is way more complicated than that. Chris himself is probably bored of just playing this, like, one beat stoic, like, I'm a god, I'm cocky kind of character. And so it actually was likely a lot of his input that was like, I actually want some range. I want to do some new things. And the comedy bits are hilarious. Thor is hilarious. And so it's probably just this sort of evolution of wanting to do something different and interesting with the character. Taika wanting to do something interesting. Chris liking it, Chris being good at it, and them leaning into that. You know what I mean? So, yeah. Your results may vary. Dev think that Necro Goo, right by what I think is Asgard, is Hela's helmet mixing with the cosmic energy left from Asgard exploding. Only thing I don't like about Gorr is that he has Ronin mouth / teeth. Ooh, okay, yeah, that is kind of interesting. I actually do dig that kind of design, but I can see why you wouldn't like it. And that's a really cool idea, man. I like that. I look forward to your videos about that, brother. So thank you, Kendall. Republic Bounty Hunter said, shed a tear when I saw R.I.P. Loki tat with horns on Thor's back when naked. I know, right? Most of y'all were too distracted by his freaking butt. You know? The real people out there doing the real nerd venging were noticing the tattoos. You freaking sickos. Go to horny jail. The real Jesse Lee Reed says they definitely need to practice more on Korg's CGI before they try to render the thing. Gorr looks way too much like Bale. Wait, what? So far, movie looks meh. Hey, man, that is absolutely your opinion, and you are totally fair and right to have it. I think Gorr might be talking to Null when he says you're not like the other gods instead of Thor. Whoa. Bro. That would be very interesting. I actually like that. Okay. The real Jesse Lee Reed says Thor new helmet is lame AF, bro. I'm gonna wear that helmet every stream from now on, and I will be like, this is for you, Jesse Lee. Evie Diz says just joined, so let me know if I need to rewind. Was there mention of the Thor goats making an appearance? By the way, you making it to a 3 a.m. for Kenobi drop? Oh yeah, I'll make it. I'll take a little nap. Skis. And look, we haven't talked too much about the goats, but yeah, they are those goats. What's the significance of the goats? Man, you guys let me know. What's the significance of the goats? Because to me, it's just like, yeah, those are cool goats. I know they're in the run, the Jason Aaron run, but Jason says, I love the goats. Nice. Boat goats. They're from the comics. Yeah. Not significant at all. Okay. I am the goat, says Bubba Fett. I mean, that's kind of true. Okay. Time sure flies when you're having fun being a nerd venger. Hey, 4 months. Amen, bro. Thanks for all the support. Much love. Send you a message via Twitter. Quick overpaint design. Oh man, I'll peek at this. Am I gonna regret this? Hey, no, that's pretty cool. So this would be actually kind of oh shit, I can't do that. Nope. Damn, why did it do that? I can't show you guys all the cool messages. Let me see here. Can I open image? Okay, that's what we're looking for. Okay. Boom shakalaka. Check this out. Kind of fun. I think it would look cool. But I don't like really mind what we've got. But this is cool. And good work, of course. So thank you for that. Much love. Much love. All right, let's get back to it. Thanks, James. Appreciate that. John Cross says, do you think they waited so long to release the trailer so that way, if fan theories are correct, they don't have enough time to go back and reshoot? What? Do you think they waited so long to release the trailer so that way, if fan theories are correct, they don't have enough time to go back and reshoot? No. That's an interesting theory, though. Kobe says, do you think that they will unblur the balls? Maybe he's just got blurry balls. Do you ever think about that? You know? What if my man has blurry balls? I don't know. Okay. Purple Funk. Cool name. member for 6 months says, could the way Gorr's makeup gets darker in certain spots be a hint that he becomes more corrupted over the film? Excited for all the Star Wars coverage and Adventure for Life. Yeah, I actually do think that's probably on the table. You know what I mean? I do think that's probably the way they're going to go, and I think it'll be cool. Angel Stark says, Mesoamerican name war is super exciting, in my opinion. The potential for great storytelling is huge. And pitting Wakandan culture, African, versus Aztec Mayan sounds lit. I agree. I think there's actually some cultural underpinnings of those two cultures that makes it really compelling to see them fight against each other. You know what I mean? I actually really like it. So, just felt like oh no, I can't get to this one. Okay, let me see. Maybe I can grab it up here. Let me see. Dun, 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 dun. Just felt like Radin says, I respect your take and input, but personally felt as someone of Asian descent, like Brian Tree would be perfect for the role. But I appreciate your wisdom. Hey, man, it's not necessarily wisdom. That's just my opinion. You know, look, the thing is, man, we live in a very strange day and age, you know, and I am certainly not a person that thinks, I mean, frankly, brother, I think there's so many bad actors and whack opinions on both sides. And you'll find that, you know, a person like me, because I just try to like navigate this and forget all the bullshit. Like a person like me, like there was literally a person last night that came into the chat and tried to claim that I was racist for some of the things I was saying about the Reva character and about you know, the possibility of, you know, forced diversity and these sort of things. Literally people saying like, you're a bigot and you're a racist. I have other people saying that I'm a total SJW and will love whatever Marvel gives me, right? And so it just kind of shows like how ridiculously jaded people's opinions and views are. It's a really weird time. So it's like, as best I can to respect, you know, your opinions and feeling on it, but also like, I'm gonna be dead ass about how I feel about it. Do you know what I mean? Without any disrespect meant. So it's all good, baby. I don't think Marvel actually blurred them cheeks. They're just so great that our brain can't comprehend them. Wow. Wouldn't that be wild? Wouldn't that be wild? My man's butt looks so good that our brains can't comprehend it. Holy shit. Emojo says, blurry balls could be why it didn't work out with Jane. Just saying. Smart. You're good. Loving the stream. I hope we get a tie into Loki during Thor 4. Regardless, trailer looks sick, and I am hyped. I am also hyped, brother. So thank you for that. Patrick says, as long as the story is compelling, race or gender changes can be fine. I'm even be okay with an African Magneto whose origin is similar, but instead of the Holocaust, it's the Rwandan genocide. Yeah, I feel the same way. I do. I feel the same way. I know, like, you know, we live in a world with varying opinions about these sort of things. But I tried to say this like yesterday too, where I was like, these two things don't necessarily correlate. Like somebody was saying, like, you know, is the forced diversity possibly like the reason, like, is it holding Deborah Chow back and it's not going to be executable? And I'm like, no, these things are not actually correlated. Like, could there be a decision made at the top that they want a certain type of character in there for a certain political reason, or even just for 4 quadrant reasons, and trying to be like more mass appeal? Absolutely. That does not correlate with whether or not the character is executed well. You know what I mean? Like, I know people like get super triggered by this woke word or whatever, but I think something can absolutely be woke and still be really fucking awesome. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, to me, these things actually do not correlate, you know? But I will also say, as sort of a fair shake to all of the different opinions in the discourse, the nerd community and like getting into a comic book shop and talking about these things, it has always been contentious. There has always been different of opinion, you know, people having their opinion about this thing, this design, this character choice, Superman wearing the trunks on the outside and shit. Like, this is, well, you know, kind of in some ways like welcome to fandom. That is just kind of what it is. But there's a lot of, you know, grift and bad actors out there as well. So we do what we can. And we just keep nerd venging, you know what I mean? That's why, like, honestly, these streams and this community, like, this isn't an audience. This is a community. And a lot of YouTubers out there have an audience. And a lot of people way bigger than me have an audience, but very few of them have an actual community. There is a difference between audience and community. Do you know what I'm saying? And what makes these streams and this place so different than a lot of the other places that you will find on the internet is that we actually have a sense of community. You know what I mean? And especially the people that have those badges, that those, you know, those purple badges, those diamond badges. I mean, we have had all sorts of discourse. We have talked about all sorts of different things in front of the camera, sort of behind the scenes in the tower. And we have a sense, a general and real sense of community. And so we're able to have these kind of discussions, to get into the nitty gritty and to get into some issues and some subject matter that might be contentious otherwise. And the actual bonds of fellowship keep it all together. Do you know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. Yeah. So anyway, much love to you all. I really appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. I think you will all thoroughly enjoy the Wakanda Forever video. If you're into leaks, check it out. It's really, really fun. I may do another video today. I may not. Regardless, no stream tomorrow. If you're a Nerd Venture, we will be streaming at noon, so look out for that. We'll chat it up tomorrow at noon. We'll talk about all kinds of crazy stuff, get hyped up for Celebration, etc., etc. And then Thursday we'll be streaming. No stream Friday morning, but watch party for Kenobi. That Thursday morning stream, we're going to do a ton of giveaways, giving away a bunch of fun Star Wars swag, so I'm really excited for that. Much love to you all. Hope you're having an awesome and a nerdy day, and I'll see you in the next video. Is everybody gone? Did everybody leave? Another wonderful stream. Another wonderful day where we get to talk about all this stuff. Everybody's got cool ideas. Everybody's got different takes, you know? So fun. We're spoiled, in my opinion. Got freaking Kenobi right around the corner. Woo! Woo! Much love, man. Much love to you all. Hope you guys are just hyped up about this week. Hope you guys are just feeling good, man. Carrying that energy into the weekend, you know? But we shall know soon. How's Kenobi? At least the beginning. And what's the future of Star Wars look like? I am so excited to find out what they have in store for us. I'm hoping I like it. But either way. Omni-Man Homelander fight on Death Battle channel? Oh, that's sick. I'll have to check that out. Heck yeah. All right, guys. Much love. I hope you guys are all doing well. Remember, open up your third eye. Watch out for that brown eye. And if you have blurry balls, you should go to a doctor.